everyone, welcome to another Will I Buy It. In this video we're going to be talking about all the new makeup releases. I'm going to tell you if I want to pick them up or if I'm not interested at all. And as always, we have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into the video. So if you haven't been on my channel before, my name is Marley and I love making YouTube videos about makeup and beauty. I love doing looks, swatches, reviews, Will I Buy It videos, all those kinds of things. So if that sounds good to you, then don't forget to subscribe. I usually upload about 2 to 3 videos a week and I would love to see you again on my channel. So I feel like quite a lot of interesting things have been released the past few weeks and I even bought a few things. It doesn't happen often that I immediately go ahead and buy new makeup. Usually I wait a little bit longer. I'm not that excited right away. Often when I do these Will I Buy It videos, there's not a lot that I'm planning to buy, but I actually bought from 2 new releases, I think. So that's pretty exciting. So let me just open up Trend Mood. All the pages that I read from in these new makeup releases videos, I always link them down below. So if you want to check them out, if you want to see where I get my news from, the links are always in the description box. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is something that I believe quite a lot of people were waiting for, were quite excited about. And that's a new collection by McGrath, which actually has blushes in it. So we have a lot of blushes coming out by her. I believe there are like 9 shades. We have some lighter shades, we have some darker shades. A few of them have kind of like a pearl in them, but I believe most of them are actually matte. And I have to say, I wasn't really one of those people that was really waiting for this. I haven't really tried this brand, but I also feel like it's a bit overpriced. It's not something that I'm really like looking at to buy something. Maybe one day I will buy something, but I don't know. I just feel like this brand might be a little bit overhyped and I'm a little bit on the fence. I don't know if I really want to try it. So when I actually saw these blushes released, when I actually saw what shades there were, I wasn't really that impressed. It didn't look that interesting to me. Some of it may have to do with the packaging that doesn't look really expensive or special. I don't love the packaging on them. And also I'm just really into glowy blushes right now, and I also just bought a lot of blushes, so I don't really feel like I need to buy a lot more. I only want to buy new blushes if I see something really interesting, and I don't feel like this is really that for me. Like there are some that have a pearl in them, but I don't really see something here that really jumps out at me, that really makes me feel like, oh, that's special enough to pay the price. I also don't really know how much these will be, and I also don't know if this is gonna be available in the Netherlands. When it's such an expensive product, I also don't want to pay like extra taxes and everything for it. Then it's like even more expensive and I don't really feel like doing that. So this is one I can't really tell you if I want to buy it if I don't know the price, the availability, and if I haven't seen any reviews. Maybe if I would see some reviews that were really positive, I would be more inclined to think about it at least, but I don't feel like I need such expensive blushes at this point. This just didn't intrigue me, but sometimes I can't really tell you exactly what it is about because I feel like there are just different like factors at play here that made me not that excited about this release. If people are gonna be reviewing them, I'm gonna watch some reviews. I think I'm gonna be interested enough for that, but I think the chance that I'm gonna buy it is quite slim. Then we have another Disney collaboration with iHeart Revolution. I feel like they are doing like every movie there is to collab with. They're just doing a collection for every movie and I'm still not interested. There's something kind of cute about it. The color story of the palette is not bad. I guess it kind of fits the theme. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't trust the quality of iHeart Revolution enough, and I don't think it's special enough. I just think there are brands that are so much better and brands that do collab so much better. And especially with Disney, if you don't like a certain collab, just wait 5 minutes and another collab is gonna be released. So maybe if I would see like the perfect eyeshadow palette, the perfect collab, I would pick something up, but this doesn't really intrigue me. Then we have these new Suva Hydra FX duos and they glow under UV light. I'm assuming these are the water activated eyeliners that they have usually. Suva is actually quite easily available for me here in the Netherlands, but I'm not really interested in like a super bright liner. I'm not really someone who wears a lot of eyeliner, especially not if it's not like a pencil. So I don't think this is really gonna be for me. It's also neon, and I don't really wear neon eyeshadow or eye products or things like that, or even lipsticks. Neon is a bit too harsh for me, I feel. So this is not gonna be for me. I guess it's a cute release for summer, but I don't think a lot of people are gonna wear this a lot. But of course that totally depends on your makeup style. This is just not something that I would really reach for. Then we have the new Late Bloomer collection by Dragun Beauty for Mother's Day. And we have some lip pencils, some lip gloss I assume, some liquid lipstick. There seem to be two colors, like one red and one rosy pink. I'm not really interested in this brand. I'm not really interested in anything she releases, especially with lip products. I'm not just gonna order random lip products online. I feel like I have enough. I feel like I have better options from brands that I'm more excited about, or that are a bit more affordable, or that I can more easily get a hold of. So this is not something I'm excited about. So definitely not gonna buy that. Then we have this new Bright Fix Eye Brightener by Fenty Beauty. An under eye brightener that easily hydrates, brightens and conceals, delivers a fast, natural, no makeup effect with sheer to buildable coverage. It sounds pretty good, it sounds quite nice. I do like the idea of this, but I don't think I would end up using this. I do usually use like a really light coverage concealer, like after I've applied my eyeshadow, to kind of clean up under there, make it all look very neat and crisp, and to just shape the eyeshadow a little bit more. I do like doing that, but I already have a product for that, and I don't go through it that quickly, and that also has a little bit of a different applicator. I don't think this applicator would work for that. So I do use a product that's kind of like this from time to time, but I don't think this would be like it for that purpose. So I do like the idea. I'm not gonna buy it. Then we have this new Coca-Cola and Morphe collection. It's a round 2. I remember round 1 coming out and I was already so bored. I was like, who cares about this? I definitely didn't care about this. I guess I kind of like the fact that it's a bit retro. It does have a few fun pops of color in there. I don't like absolutely hate it. I think I like it better than round 1, but I feel like that palette could have been a bit more condensed. I feel like there are still really similar neutrals in there that didn't have to be in there, but I'm just really not interested in it. I'm just really not interested in Morphe and these collabs. It's just not something I'm gonna buy. I mean, this collab doesn't intrigue me in any way. I don't really think there's anything that Morphe can do at this point that I'm gonna be interested in enough to actually buy it. And this is definitely not getting close to that. I'm not interested. And then one of the things I actually bought, Juvia's Place came out with the new bronze collection. They have bronzing duos, they have some lip products, they have an eyeshadow palette, and it's all really like in the bronzing theme. When they first announced this, I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to grab it, because I've bought a few more bronzers and I still don't feel like I need a whole big collection of bronzers in my life, because in the end it's not gonna make that much of a difference. I at least feel like different bronzers sometimes aren't that different in the end on the skin. Sometimes it's nice to have like a lighter bronzer and then a darker bronzer, and then maybe have more of a matte bronzer, more of a shimmery bronzer, just to change it up a little bit. But I think in general it's not really necessary for me personally to have like 20 bronzers, so I don't want to buy too many, but I have been getting more into them lately. So I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to get that bronzer, also because it's matte, it's not shimmery, and I'm a bit more into glowy products right now. And I also wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to grab the palette, because there are some shades in there that I'm like, will I be able to pull it off? Will I not? It's a little bit on the warm side, but then when you look at the more neutral shades, they definitely are more neutral. They don't lean very warm. So I wasn't entirely sure about that. And also I didn't want to pay the shipping for just one product. I didn't really feel like doing that. And it was also like, if I just buy one product, I'm not really gonna make a video about it. So I was kind of like on the fence, thinking about it. I was quite interested. But then I feel like it was like a few days later, they also released the blush collection, and there were 2 blush duos and an eyeshadow palette in here as well. And that made me go like, maybe it's a good idea to try some things, because there are a lot of new products here and with those it was more like a full face, more like a whole video. So when I saw those blushes and this blushed eyeshadow palette, I was pretty interested because I love pink tones. So that eyeshadow palette I thought was really intriguing. It looks really pretty, kind of like those warm pinks, but also that kind of toned down red I thought looked really pretty. And then I also thought that blush though looked really interesting, but I'm quite curious what it's gonna look like in real life. I hope it's not gonna be too warm. Like there's a shade that in the photo of the product looks a bit more like terracotta, but then when you just see those shades next to each other without being in the little palette, it looks a bit more rosy. So I hope it's gonna work for me. But when I saw this blushy collection, I was like, I'm just gonna try something. So I ordered some things from both these collections because I'm really intrigued by the new products by Juvia's Place. I've been getting into the brand a little bit more, like being more interested in them because I really love the Juvia's Place Valhalla too. So I bought a few things and I hope they're gonna get to me soon. And then I'm gonna do a first impression on them, just trying them out and showing them to you. I didn't buy any of the lip products. I wasn't too interested in those. I didn't really feel like there were any colors that were special enough for me. I did buy one of the lipsticks from an older collection that they had just because I wanted to try out their lipsticks sometime, but I didn't want to make an order just for one lipstick, so I just grabbed a few different things to try out. Then we have these new Daycation Whipped Cream Blush by Bite Beauty. I think most people saw the story, the Instagram story by Raw Beauty Christie, and now can't unsee it. I don't know if you see what this looks like. I can't unsee it. That's all I can see right now. But either way, this is not a brand that I can get here in the Netherlands. It's just not available to me, so I don't really have to think about this. I just thought the packaging looked pretty funny. The packaging doesn't really pull me in. It doesn't really look nice to me. It's a bit strange. It's a bit of a strange packaging. Even if I could get it, I don't think I would really grab any of it. I do think they picked some interesting shades. I do like the look of a watermelon mark and melon mojito. Those look pretty, but in general I just thought it was a funny release with a bit of strange packaging, but nothing I'm really gonna pay any attention to. Then we have this new Sol de Janeiro Brazilian dry shampoo, and there's also an aluminum free deodorant. I don't even know if I can get this brand anywhere. I'm not really interested in this. I can't wear most deodorants. I have really sensitive skin, and if there's just a little bit of perfume in there, I will get like rashes under my armpit like crazy. I just can't wear most of deodorants, so if I find a deodorant that works for me, I'm gonna stick to that and I'm not gonna change anything up. Then we have a new liquid cream blushes by KVD. It's called the Mod Con Liquid Gel Blush. It's a lightweight, long wear liquid gel blush for a modern, dewy, jelly skin glow. They are gonna be $26 each. They look kind of interesting, but as you know, I'm not really that into cream. I don't really wear cream. I don't really know if it's my thing. And I definitely don't want to spend a lot of money on something that I don't know if I'm gonna like. I actually purchased a few cream products to try out because I just really want to know, do I really not like it, or is it just the idea of it? Is it just something that exists in my head that it doesn't work for me, or doesn't it really work for me? So I bought some things, but really affordable. I just want to try it out, and then if I don't like it, it's not that big a deal. But if I'm gonna buy an expensive blush like this and I don't like it, that's gonna be like such a waste of money. So first I want to try some other things out. I just want to try some things out that are a little bit more affordable, and then if I've made up my mind, maybe I can look at some more expensive products, but I don't feel like I need any of that right now. It does look kind of pretty, but I can't really make up my mind if I don't know if I would like it. So maybe later on, if people really love this and I go on the hunt for more cream products, maybe I would take a look at this, but it's a bit on the expensive side. Then we have the Too Faced Love Flush blushes. They are coming back. I actually never used to own these. These were available during a time that I didn't really spend any money on blush. I just basically wore one blush, a really affordable one from the drugstore. So I really wasn't into blush during this time, and I never really thought about buying any of this. And now I I'm not really that interested in Too Faced in general. I don't really love the brand. I'm not that intrigued by their releases. I guess these blushes look cute, but this packaging doesn't really like do it for me. It doesn't really pull me in. It doesn't really make me want to buy any of it. It's a bit strange that they are bringing it back now. Like, did they take it out because it didn't work well? Why did they take it out and why are they bringing it back now? Do they think it's gonna work better now and more people are gonna buy it? I'm curious what their thought process is behind this. Maybe they think it's gonna sell better because it's like all the brands are releasing blushes, everyone is really into blushes, it's like the time of blush. Are they releasing it because of that? But I don't know. I think it's a bit of a strange one that they're bringing it back, and I would like to know what their motivation is for that. But I don't think I'm gonna be picking any of this up. At the start of this year, I was like, I don't have a lot of blush. I wanna buy some more blush. And I did. I bought a lot of blush, and now I feel like I can be a little bit more selective and not just buy any blush release. Not that I really did that, but I feel like I'm good. I feel like I have some things, so I might buy some blushes, but I want it to be something special. And I don't feel like this is something special, especially because we've seen this already. It's not really something new. Then we have new shades of the Color Fix Foils by Samantha March. I actually never tried anything from this brand. I do hear a lot of people saying really positive things about her. I don't know, maybe in the future I will try something, but right now I'm not that intrigued by this brand. And I don't think I'm gonna be buying any cream eyeshadows or liquid eyeshadows. Not really into that. I feel like if I would buy something like that, even if it would be really pretty, I wouldn't really use it a lot because it's an extra step. It's a little bit more fuss. You have to be a bit more careful when applying this. I feel like powder eyeshadow is just so easy to use, and I have so many beautiful powder shimmers as well that work so well. So I don't really feel right now like I need a liquid eyeshadow, so I'm gonna skip on these. Then we have this Christian Louboutin palettes. There are face palettes and there are eyeshadow palettes, and I don't know what to think about this brand. I don't know, it looks so cheap, but it's probably gonna be really expensive. I don't really understand how they came up with this. It just looks like Makeup Revolution to me. It just looks like a random Makeup Revolution collection. If I wouldn't have known that this was the brand and you would ask me how much these would be, I would be like maybe 10 euros for an eyeshadow palette, maybe 15, but I wouldn't think this is like luxury. It just looks so plasticky, it just looks so cheap, it doesn't look luxurious. I don't like the outer packaging with the studs. I understand that they want to be edgy, they want to do something extra, they want people to be like, oh my god, packaging with studs, let's do a review of a really expensive, really weird product. Like back when there were lipsticks and liquid lipsticks by Christian Louboutin and people would make videos about it just because it was so expensive. I feel like maybe they kind of want to do that again with this strange packaging. I just don't like this at all. I feel like if you're gonna pay a high price tag, then you at least want nice packaging, right? You want everything to look as expensive as it is, and this doesn't do that at all. But it doesn't really matter to me. Even if this was really pretty, I probably wouldn't even pay the price that this is gonna be. Let's see what it's gonna cost. Then we have this new Hoola Glow Shimmer Powder Bronzer, and this is releasing because Hoola is like, how old? I don't know. I felt like there was kind of like an anniversary going on here, but I don't see it right here. So they're taking their Hoola shade and they're releasing it in a glow version. I don't know how I feel about the fact that they are just taking one shade and then releasing that in a glowy version. Maybe they could have done something with the other bronzers as well, but I get that it's about Hoola, so I'm a bit on the fence. I would like to hear what you think about this. Should they have released more shades of this, or is it okay? Is it understandable that they're just releasing Hoola in a glow version? I'm a bit on the fence, like I understand it, but it's not that inclusive, you know? Besides that, I just don't really like the packaging. I've never tried anything from this brand because I just hate the idea of this packaging. It's so bulky. I don't feel like putting that in my drawer. I don't want something like this taking up space. Maybe if this had different packaging, I would be quite interested, because I'm really into glowy products right now, maybe I would be quite interested to try a glowy bronzer like this. But this packaging is really holding me back, and maybe if they would ever change their packaging, I would try something from them. But I also don't feel like they would do that, because it's just their signature thing. And I think that a lot of people who actually buy from this brand just have like a makeup bag. It's like a really easy, simple type of brand for just the everyday girl buying some makeup, putting it in her makeup bag, and then maybe it isn't that much of a problem if your bronzer is just a little bit more bulky. So I don't think they are gonna change this up, but as long as they don't do that, I don't think I'm gonna be buying anything from them. Then we have some new Super Shocks by Colourpop. I have some Super Shocks. They aren't like the eyeshadows I reach for the most. They aren't my ultimate absolute favorites. Sometimes I like to grab one that's a little bit glittery for like a topper, but I don't reach for them a lot. So they're actually releasing new Super Shock shades. And I thought this was kind of funny, because I didn't expect them to really announce that they were releasing new Super Shocks. I always felt like Super Shocks just appeared on the website and then they just disappeared again and nobody really talked about them. So now they're like giving them the spotlight. I thought that was quite interesting. I did think in the swatches there were a few that looked really pretty, but I don't know if I should actually buy any Super Shocks because I don't use them a lot. Like the shade Ladybug, Sweet Tea, Moon Daisy, Secret Garden, all those actually look really pretty, but I don't know if I should buy any of this. I don't know if I would end up once again with shades that I don't reach for a lot. I don't think it would be like the smartest purchasing decision, maybe. So I don't know about these. Some of these look really pretty, but I don't feel like I should really buy any of this. I'm unsure, but also I wouldn't really like make a whole order just with eyeshadows like these. So maybe if I just want €5 extra or $5 extra just to get free shipping, maybe I would throw one of these in, but I don't know. I'm a bit unsure about these. So the next thing I actually bought is this new Kiko Milano Summer 2021 like fruit limited edition collection. I think it's called like Fruit Explosion. And the packaging is really summery. And at first I was a bit like, is it too much? But the more I looked at it, the more I was like, it looks pretty cute. It looks pretty cute, summery. And I really love fruit themed things in the summer. So Trendmood actually first posted some products, but it doesn't show everything. So I was like, do I want any of this? I want to see the colors first. But then quite soon after, Kiko actually released these products on their website, and I kind of checked those out to see if there were some things that were the right colors for me. And then they also had 30% off. They had like a mid-season sale kind of thing. And I actually bought something from like every category just to try this out, to review it, and to have kind of like a full face of the new Kiko products. So I bought a bronzer, I bought a highlighter, I bought an eyeshadow palette, a blush and a lipstick, and it was all pretty affordable with a discount. So I was actually pretty happy about that, and I can't wait for it to get here to review it and to do like a first impression for you guys. So this is on its way to me and I'm gonna be trying it out. I just thought this was a very cute, and if you're interested, just check out the Kiko Milano website. There they show all the colors, all the different products. Then we have these new Glow Obsessions highlighter palettes by Huda Beauty. They are pocket-sized face palettes, mini versions of the original highlighter palettes. I haven't tried the original highlighter palettes. Huda Beauty didn't used to be like really easily accessible in the Netherlands. Now they are actually in store in the Netherlands, but at first they weren't. So that's why I never really tried a lot from her. I do have the new nude palette that I purchased when I was in Germany one time. So when I first saw the inside of these palettes, I was like, that looks pretty cute. That looks pretty nice. I did like the shades that she chose. I like that she has like 3 different depths so that you're not stuck with highlighter shades that won't work for your skin tone. So I did like that. But then I saw the front and I don't love this. It isn't even really that her face is on this palette. It's just the way that it looks. It just looks so weird. Like the way this is done, I don't love. Like, if I really love a product and I really want something for the inside, then I can accept that there's a face on it. But this, I don't know what it is about this, but it just looks weird. Maybe it will look better in real life, but I just really hate the packaging. And I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm not gonna be picking any of this up. Also, I don't really need a whole highlighter palette. I don't really need face palettes in my life right now. First, I just thought it looked cute, but then I saw the packaging and I was like, nah. Then we have some beauty news. Zara Beauty is coming. So Zara is getting a new makeup line, and I see some cheek products, some eyeshadow palettes, lipsticks, nail polish. At first glance, when I see kind of like this overview picture, it doesn't look that intriguing to me, but it could very well be really nice. I mean, I really love H&M Beauty, so maybe Zara Beauty could be something for me. I think if it's gonna be in store, I'm definitely gonna be checking it out. If I see some reviews, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, but this first picture doesn't really pull me in enough to just go out and buy some random things without any more information. So I'm intrigued, but I'm not entirely sure yet if I'm gonna be buying any of this. Would you be interested in seeing a review of Zara Beauty? Let me know. Then we have this new The Ambience collection by Sigma. I feel like their releases are always kind of like falling from the sky. All of a sudden, some influencer has some pictures of it and Sigma hasn't talked about it. And it's just always a little bit random. And I just feel like they could announce it better. Like they could have spent some more time on it, could make it a little bit more like exciting, really have a reveal, and that it doesn't just appear somewhere and people don't really know what it is, and then Trendmood posts about it, and then Sigma posts about it, and people don't really know what's going on. Like the last time they released something, it was like a warm neutrals palette, and I think I just completely forgot to talk about it because they just didn't really announce it. I feel like they could do this so much better. I feel like they really should make it a whole thing. And maybe it's good if you just, as a brand, do a little bit of a teaser, say that something is coming, then have a reveal date and have a big reveal on your Instagram, and then everybody else is sharing about it. Because if just one influencer over there and another influencer over there is posting a bit about it and people don't really know what's going on, it's kind of like it doesn't get its moment. That's what I feel like with Sigma right now. I just don't really know what's going on half the time, and then I don't really know what the new release is, or if I should be excited about something, or maybe it's just me. But that's just a feeling that I have right now. Like they could announce it a lot better, could really like have a moment, and really, I just feel like revealing something in the right way can really cause a lot more excitement. So I think that if they would reveal their products on their own page first, then I would be more excited about it. Now I'm just not really excited about it because I don't feel like they are really excited about it. Because I just feel like some launches are like, hello, I'm here, look at me everyone. And everyone is like, ah, it's so exciting. And then we have Sigma and they're like, hello, we have a new collection. You can see it over there in a story of an influencer. I feel like they could really grab the moment and don't be shy, you know? So aside from that, I'm a bit unsure about this collection. It doesn't look like anything really different for them. Doesn't really look like anything new. And in some photos, it just looked like it was really warm. In other photos, it looked like it was a bit more neutral. But in the end, I feel like it's gonna be too warm for me. And I'm gonna skip over this. Yes, I don't think I'm gonna be too interested. I am interested to try the Sigma formula, but there hasn't been a release that really has intrigued me enough. So I'm planning to try this brand, but they really have to come out with something that is, for me, that has the colors that I like. Then we have this Urban Decay and Prince collaboration, and I'm a bit on the fence about this. As you may know, Prince is no longer alive. He died a few years ago, I believe. And I just feel a little bit weird about his collaboration. Like, he can't say anything about this. He can say what he would like. He can say if he would want this or not. So how can you do a collab like this? What if he wouldn't want this? What if this was the last thing that he wanted and now people are just doing it because he can't say anything about it anymore? I just feel a little bit weird. And also, I'm just not really too excited about this. I don't know if this is gonna be good. Like, Sometimes Urban Decay does really weird collaborations. Sometimes I really don't know what they're doing. So I don't know about this one. Then a new eyeshadow palette by Natasha Denona was actually revealed, and the new eyeshadow palette by her is called the Zendo palette. It was already available for pre-order. I've already seen some reviews on it. When this was revealed, I was really excited about it. I was really waiting to see the colors. I was like, maybe this is gonna be for me, maybe this is gonna be like the bigger palette that I'm into. But when I first saw these colors, I was like, that's nice, I like it. There's some nice colors in here, it's not too warm, we have some teals, which I really love. But then when I looked at it a little bit closer, I was like, is it really that special? Is this really something revolutionary? Does this have colors that I don't have yet? And also, I don't know if I really love the formula by Natasha Denona. Like, I have the mini glam palette and I really like it. It has some nice mattes, the shimmers are nice, but is it worth the price? And sometimes I'm a little bit like, I don't know. Also, I bought the Natasha Denona Mini Love and I didn't love that one. So now I'm a bit like, am I really that big of a fan of this formula? Maybe I would rather buy indie brands, like indie eyeshadow palettes. I just don't know if I would love it. And if I don't know if I would love a formula, then I definitely shouldn't buy it when there are shades in there that I already have. So I ended up deciding to not get this one. Even though at first I was kind of intrigued, but like after 10 minutes I was like, I shouldn't do it. Then we have these new matte bronzing bricks, a bronzing powder duo by Victoria Beckham Beauty. I've never tried this brand, it's a bit more luxury. I guess these bronzers look kind of interesting, but this isn't really like, for me, not really in my price range. They are $58 a duo. I'm not really gonna pay that. I'm also a bit like, what if you use up one of these shades before using up the other? Is it gonna like break apart? I don't really love that idea. And also I feel like I would be somewhere in between the lightest and the second lightest, and I feel like none of those would be like the perfect color for me. So not really something here that I'm interested in. Then we have a new collaboration with A Dose of Colors and Nima Tang. I hope I say that correctly. I think these lip products look really beautiful. I think she chose out really beautiful shades. This is not something that really is gonna work on me, but I love that she is doing these types of shades that really fit her complexion, and I think a lot of people are really gonna be happy with the colors that she chose. Yes, I think it's really pretty, but it's not really like shades I would choose, so I'm gonna skip on this. Then we also have a new collection, Hip Dot and Clueless. I keep telling you, I'm not really interested in Hip Dot. It's just not for me. I don't really feel intrigued. I don't really feel interested by this brand. And looking at this, it's kind of cute, but this movie was kind of before my time, so this doesn't really like do anything to me. It doesn't make me feel anything. Also, the packaging of that eyeshadow palette, I feel like that would get gross quite easily, especially because it's such a light color and then it's that fluffy material. I don't know about having that in my makeup drawer. I think I would go a little bit crazy seeing it get grosser and grosser every day. Like, no. So maybe if people are really into this movie, maybe if this is a movie that you saw when you were younger, sure. I can definitely imagine people being really excited about it, but that isn't me. Then we have this collaboration by MAC Cosmetics and Disney Cruella, and I don't even know what I'm looking at. I don't even know what's going on here. Who thought of this? Who got drunk and just drew some random things, and then people were like, ah, that's a good idea, just put it in a palette? I mean, like, what is this? Why would you? Why? I just really don't know what I'm looking at. I don't even know. Like, you see this, right? I don't think we really have to talk about this a lot, because just the layout is so messy and weird, and what is going on? And how are you gonna make looks with this? And who wants to look at this? I don't get this. I don't really know what I'm looking at, and I'm not gonna really try to understand it. I think it's gonna be a waste of time. Then we have this new collaboration by Colourpop and Barbie. I think it looks pretty cute. I don't hate it. Barbie wasn't really like my doll of choice when I was younger. It wasn't really what I played with the most. I always played with my scene. I don't know if you know it, but they were like a little bit more cool, I thought. They were like those really fancy girls. I did have some Barbies, but I played with them less. I do kind of like the look of this eyeshadow palette, but at the same time I'm like, do I really want Barbie makeup? Is it really that special? I don't really feel like I need any of this. I guess it's cute, it's appropriate. The colors are really like Barbie-like. I like it, but I don't love it. I'm not gonna buy it, but it's definitely cute. I mean, those pinks with the yellow and a pop of blue and then some neutrals. I definitely could see myself doing some looks with this. Yeah, it's cute. Then we have another collaboration with Ciate and Edna Mode from Pixar. She's from The Incredibles, and this is another collection that I'm like, what am I even looking at? What is this? Who got drunk? What happened? Why is it laid out like this? I don't really know. I don't get this. And when I saw this for the first time, I was just like, what? I just couldn't grasp what was going on here, and I really don't understand who thought this was a good idea. I feel like Ciate sometimes does really weird things when they are collabing, and it doesn't always end well. Then we have this new collection by XO Beauty Shop. This is from Shan XO, her brand, and I believe this is based in New Zealand. She has some highlighter palettes, some lip glosses, an eyeshadow palette. I think this looks pretty cute. I just don't know if it's like special enough. If it's special enough to really order all the way from New Zealand to get it here, to pay the taxes, to pay the price of the shipping. If it would be easily accessible, then I would definitely want to try this brand, but I just don't feel like it's worth it. I just feel like if this were available anywhere on a website where I didn't have to pay like really high shipping, high taxes, then I would definitely want to try this brand. But now I don't really know if it's something that's worth it. I haven't really seen a lot of reviews of her brand as well. I feel like if I would see a review of this, then I would definitely check it out and see if it is something that I could be interested in. But right now I don't think I'm gonna be buying this. I do think it's pretty cute. The packaging isn't like my favorite, but I don't absolutely hate it. I could look past that. It's not that expensive if you don't have to pay all the extra money for shipping and taxes. It's just a nice neutral palette with a little bit of a pinky, with some pinky shades in there, with some neutral shades in there, a warmer matte. I feel like you can do a lot with this, but it's not like revolutionary. It's just her perfect neutral palette. Then we have this new French Riviera collection by Jouer Cosmetics. It looks kind of cute, it looks kind of nice, but it also doesn't really look like a color story that I would really like. It doesn't really look inspiring to me. It has a lot of lighter shades. Maybe if one of those lighter mattes would be a different color, I would like it more. I just really don't see the looks I could do with this. I'm not inspired by this. If I look at an eyeshadow palette and I want to buy it, I usually already have a lot of looks in mind that I can do. I already see myself doing the looks, and that doesn't happen with this one, and that's why I'm not gonna be buying this one. But I guess it looks nice. It just looks kind of like easy, effortless, light. It has some nice shimmers in there. I definitely don't mind it. Then we also have this new Shop Violet Vase eyeshadow palette. I actually think this looks kind of nice. Especially when I look at those swatches, it's kind of nice. By the way, it's called the Cool Vibes eyeshadow palette. I always forget to give you the information, but it looks kind of nice. I don't love the packaging. I do think it could have a little bit more range in depth. I was slightly intrigued, but I think I would rather wait if I would buy any cool toned eyeshadow palette for something that has a little bit more options, a little bit more variation. But I do like that we're seeing some more cool toned palettes right now. Then we have this BH Cosmetics Birthstone collection. There's a new palette and it's a one from May, and that one is Emerald. I do like this color story. I think I like this one the most of all the eyeshadow palettes in this range that they've brought out, but these are not my colors. I do like the look and the idea of this. I can imagine that quite a lot of people are going to be liking this. Just the combination of those warmer browns and the orangey bronze and then the greens. I think it looks nice. And then also we have the new Nudes collection by Melt Cosmetics. They are releasing nude lipsticks in an ultra matte finish. I don't think I'm gonna end up buying anything from this collection, but I would be interested in seeing a video or two. I feel like Melt is releasing quite a lot. They're really like on a roll, really releasing different products. I haven't really tried the brand and I'm kind of waiting for something to really pull me in to try them. I'm interested, but I'm not really at a point that I want to spend a lot of money on a lipstick, so this is probably gonna be a pass for me. So the last thing I wanted to talk about for this episode, for this Will I Buy It, is this new Glamlight Red Velvet Cupcake palette. It is coming soon. They did like a sneak peek. They haven't shown the inside yet. They just have shown one color that's like a warm red. I'm pretty interested in this. I'm pretty interested to see what's inside. But if it's gonna be like too warm red, I know I'm not really gonna wear it, and then I'm probably not gonna buy it. So it kind of depends on what is inside, if I'm gonna be picking this up. But as you know, I'm really interested in this brand and I'm really interested to see what it's gonna be. I hope it's gonna be more on the cool toned red pinky side, then I might pick this up. I just want to try some more products from Glamlight, so I'm interested to see what this is gonna look like. So that was everything for today's Will I Buy It. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about all these new releases. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? What are you interested in? I always love hearing from you. And don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe. And then I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!